Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 2 of Spider-Man Chapter 1. Now, as you know, 1 or 2 years ago, I did do a review on the first issue. So, let's go on the story. It starts off with Spider-Man just now saying, "Don't be alarmed, folks. It's just, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Dropping by to open an account." Open an account? Now, when you think about it, this is kind of a dumb idea, because wouldn't this just draw too many suspicions and so on? And Spider-Man's like, "That's right, sweet thing. A superstar like yours truly makes a lot of money, and I have to put it somewhere." And he points out that he needs identification, ID, driver's license, social security numbers. And he says, "Identification? Hey, clearly, how many guys do you know who can do this?" And starts showing off. And so he says, so the guy at the bank, the head of the bank says, "Spider-Man, the TV star, this is indeed an honor, sir. Of course, we would be delighted to serve you in any way we can. Now you're talking." And so we see Spider-Man sign his account, and the unknown guy who mainly says, "Spider-Man, of course. All I need is a snapshot of his signature to start with." And he points out saying, "And it would be child's play to the chameleon to create a poor functional for his costume, and the Spider Bank account will provide all the funds I need to finance my criminal career." And so we see Peter Parker using his money to buy Aunt-May and Uncle Ben luxurious things like a new washer and dryer. And afterwards, we see, sometime after Spider-Man failed to stop Uncle Ben's killer, saying, "Uncle Ben is dead because I screwed up. Because I got stupid and selfish and cocky. I wish I'd never seen my Spider-Man costume." And just then, Aunt May gets a visit from the landlord, and Peter realizes that the expensive gifts were from the rent money. Now, when you think about it, shouldn't Uncle Ben and Aunt May probably think about the possible outcomes? And so he starts talking with the guy saying, "What do you mean my account is closed? I need money. But you came here a week ago and emptied your account. You took all the money in cash." And he points out that he saw they had a web gun and also suckers just like his. But he's like, "Guns? I don't use a gun or suckers." When you think about it, shouldn't these people actually have watched TV or find it a bit suspicious? And now he's like, "Then we can't accept any responsibility. Obviously, your powers are too easy to imitate." Spider-Man leaves and decides to go for a new plan and goes to his old boss, Max, who points out saying that since John Jameson has now called him a menace, there's nothing he can do. So he has to think of a new way about doing something. And we see the chameleon who's now financed his criminal empire of tech and weaponry, and I'm surprised how much money was in that account. And so he talks with Dr. Doom about their plan, and meanwhile, at an unknown area, scientists are working on Dr. Octopus, and he says, "Fools, jealous fools, you try to strip me of my powers, but I am too smart, too powerful for you." So Peter thinks about what to do. At first he thinks about robbing banks and everything else, but realises that people like the Fantastic Four and that would track him down, and this would break Aunt May's heart. So he decides to go to Fantastic Four to apply to be a new member. And here we got the Fantastic Four, where Ben Grimm looks like a giant battered rock creature, saying, "Huh, maybe that bowhead Jameson is right. Maybe the guy is a menace." And so he gets trapped in, and the Fantastic Four try and take him on, but their abilities don't work as well against him. And after bringing him down, they talk with him, and he says that he wants to come here, join them, ask about what's the payment, what's the salary, what's business like. And you got Ben looking like some kind of rock monster saying, "I knew it! He's got webs in his head, as well as on his suit. I'm afraid there's been some kind of mistake. Spider-Man, we're a non-profit organization. We pay no salaries or bonuses. Any money we make goes into research and equipment." And so Spider-Man leaves off in a huff without anyone going after him. And just then, Chameleon uses a kind of special device to contact Spider-Man, and MJ sees right away that Peter Spider-Man saying, "Looks like there's a lot more to Peter Miss Parker's young nephew than any of us guessed." Yeah, she knew right away, and this kind of screwed it up. So this then, Spider-Man, or the Chameleon, uses the web gun, and we see a young Harry Osborn, Norman Osborn, and John Jameson, when they get sprayed by the web gun. And he's like, "See you later, Flat Tops. Stop him! Stop! Somebody stop him!" And so just as he's about to get away in his little helicopter, Spider-Man catches him just in time and manages to bring in the actual Chameleon and all that. But turns out that Chameleon's planted a virus in the spaceship, and it's going to make a crash landing. So they're going to work on a special board system to help with the shuttle. So Spider-Man gets a ride on a jet plane. He uses his webs just in time, and he says, "Here you go, Space Patrol, and with no postage due." "Thanks, Spider-Man. It's a miracle. 15 seconds to point of no return. Get that board in." And they put it in and make a good getaway while Spider-Man makes a break for it. Just then, he sees that John Jameson has pointed the bugle saying, with Peter saying, "After all, even Jameson himself is going to be signing my praises after." What in? So yeah, basically, John Jameson's way of saying thanks is saying, "Yeah, even though you did help, I'm still going to make you look bad for making my son look bad." And so everyone says, Jameson is right. Spider-Man ought to be run out of this country. Imagine risking another show disaster just to make himself look good. What kind of monster is he? No, they fear me now, more than ever. And so Peter decides on what to do now, and the Chameleon says, as soon as the contact Kraven the Hunter, it will all be over for Spider-Man. So yeah, this is the story. So it's kind of a bit far-fetched. I mean, Spider-Man making a bank account and kind of leads to some of the events. It's kind of alright, but really just far-fetched. So I give it a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but really could have been better. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.